Hi, I'm Chef Raphael and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a delicious way of how to enjoy a sandwich. I'm going to make for you a mincemeat toastie. It's basically bread in a sandwich toaster but filled with mincemeat that I've cooked with the all new curry powder. I also have added some cheese so you'll see how it works, but it's something that is delicious that I'm sure you'll love. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode, and today it's a very simple recipe. I call it simple because the ingredients are actually very few, but you'll get a delicious taste out of it. For the ingredients we need mincemeat. Now this is about half a kilo of mincemeat, and then we have chopped onion. I have cooked green peas, 2 cloves of garlic, and then some salt. So and finally we also have the bread. Try and make sure that you have the big one, especially because of the toaster. Finally, the all-important ingredients, the tropical heat curry powder. Because it also has cumin powder, it has a little bit of chili. Most of the time we probably start with cooking of the onion, but in this case when you're doing mincemeat, how I usually do it, I start with the mincemeat. So it's on the highest heat possible, and then I'm adding a little bit of oil. 2 things we want to achieve. We want the meat to start browning immediately, and we also don't want it to start boiling, and that's why we need a hot surface. So that's what you want to hear. And then you start spreading the meat over the surface of the pan. And what I'm also doing is breaking up the lumps that will be formed. It's already started cooking. I'm going to add the onion. Again, the heat is on high. I usually love a lot of onion, so the more the onion the better. It's fine. So it's been about 3 minutes cooking. You can see the onion had turned color. And then at this stage I'll add the garlic. Now for the chili, just a small amount of it. I don't want it too hot. And the chili, mind you, is optional. So if you don't like it, you can skip it. But you can also use red capsicum, red peppers, to give you that this red effect. I'll add a little bit more oil, because right now I'm about to add the curry powder. So I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons, 250 teaspoons, that should be enough. Remember, the tropical heat curry powder has natural ingredients, including turmeric. Now the turmeric is what, because it's yellow, is what actually makes this mincemeat turn yellow. I'll also add the salt at this stage. And then finally the peas. Remember, the peas are already cooked. So I'm already loving the colors. You can see the yellow, the red specks from the chili, the green from the peas, and the smell is delicious. We actually don't want it to be stew, but now in this case, this is now what I was saying. If you want this to be something that you can eat with rice, you can serve it as it is, because it actually is ready, it's cooked. And because we want it dry, we wanted to make it into a sandwich. I don't need any more water. I don't need water in this. That's why I'm leaving it dry. Just let it cool down for about 5 minutes, and then ready to prepare it now in the toaster with our bread. And now I have my toaster here. So the first thing you need to do is turn your toaster on so that it heats up, so that when you start toasting it or cooking it on the toaster, it's already hot. And then the other thing I'm doing right now is applying some margarine or butter. So it's a very light spread. And if you don't have it, it's optional. You actually don't really have to apply it on the outside like I'm doing. The toaster is already hot. So what I will do is, I want the margarine to be down like that, and then I'll take the mincemeat. So this actually will look like a samosa when it's done. To be honest, this is a a simplified samosa. I can actually call it a simplified samosa recipe because the end result will actually look like a samosa. So not too much. I think that is enough, because if you overfill it, it will not be able to close well. And you see the edges, I'm not keen on putting on the edges because you also want the edges to get stuck together. And if you apply the filling on the edges of the bread will not literally stick together. And then to finish it off, I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese. Now mozzarella is good because it is tasteless. It doesn't have much flavor to it, but when it cooks in the bread and it combines with the mincemeat, it will have a delicious combination. So that's it. Now cover the bread. Remember the side that has the butter or margarine on top. And then now I'm going to fix the bread into the toaster like that, and then close it. Lock it. So it's been about 2 minutes. That's how long usually most toasters take. And as you can see, it's now ready. It's golden brown, and this golden brown, you achieve it by actually the spreading of the margarine or butter on the outside. It's safer to cut it with a knife like that so that it doesn't tear on the edges. If you do this, it usually tends to tear on the edges. And there you have it. So if you get into one, it actually smells really nice and looks, because of the cheese, adds a little element of moisture into the sandwich, and like I said, it actually looks like a samosa. So something that you'll enjoy with hot or cold beverage, whichever you like, or plain. So it's good for when it's hot like now, or when it's cold, so pack it for your kids for school, and I'm sure they'll enjoy it. So that has been today's episode, and I hope you've learned something. Mincemeat toasties with the tropical heat curry powder. It's very delicious on any occasion, as a snack or even as for breakfast. So until next time, I'm Chef Raphael signing out. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comment section how your meal turns out when you're using the all new tropical heat curry powder. Until next time, goodbye.